C1. You presented evidence of your engineering knowledge, both at review and in your documentation. At review, you described, as part of the DBSMR project, the options you considered for the routing of the replacement main, new route involving horizontal directional drilling under the M20, or following the existing route involving a temporary diversion of the main, close brackets, the design of the thrust blocks, open brackets, modifying the exemplar design following the existing exemplar design options to suit the ground conditions, the detailed design and component selection for the replacement main, and supervision of construction involving your dealing with a serious near-miss event. Stop. You went on to explain briefly and describe your involvement in the ANW WSW GWSWTW project. Stop. Your reviewers are satisfied that you meet the requirements of the attribute knowledge and understanding of engineering. Attribute C2. Following on from your reviewers' comments to attribute 1 above, your report and presentation were clear and detailed on the procedures and operations involved at particular stages of the projects covered by your reports, including the work of your own design team, that of the specialists, consultants, and contractors and subcontractors with whom you worked and liaised. New line, your reviewers are satisfied that you meet the requirements of the attribute practical application of engineering. You described how you're active in specifying and clarifying the scope and responsibilities of the consultants and contractors and subcontractors you work with and managed on the jobs you covered in your report and presentation. In addition, you were directly responsible for the work or managed the work of several graduates, junior engineers and other discipline leads. You are clearly keen and able to manage large, complex projects involving stakeholders and other professions involving pressure and gravity pipe work. Stop. Your reviewers are satisfied that you meet the requirements of the attribute management and leadership. As an example of the independent judgment and responsibility on the projects you have worked on, you referred to the discussions you had with your senior engineer on the adoption of the pipe material to be used in the culvert under the M20, and that though the view of your supervisor that the pipe material should be ductile iron under M20 because of the because of its perceived better performance under expansion and contraction conditions, you consider that your proposal that PU pipe should be used throughout the pipe was the correct solution. You also described how you dealt with the serious near miss event on the access shaft for at the end of the M20 culvert, stopping the work until the appropriate and proper safety measures were put into effect. Your reviewers noted your willingness to make independent judgment on matters particularly of health and safety, and to take responsibility for them, and are satisfied you will meet the requirements of the attribute independent judgment and responsibility. Stop. C5, commercial ability.